Hey, West up is West Coast. Man, let me take off these glasses, man. I got this word to kill real quick, and I just came from outside, dropped my glasses. But look, check this out. It's West Coast Wednesday. Real quick, man, before I get in these streets. I know it's been a minute, but I ain't went nowhere. I'm just been reevaluating some things. So, with this West Coast Wednesday, man, this morning I was able to do this midweek devotional with Thomas L. Thomas and his wonderful church family. Very encouraging, people of God. And so we talked about depression and what depression looks like for a believer, someone who's called of God, who has a purpose of God. And we looked at Elijah, and I don't want to belabor that, but we looked at Elijah in 1 Kings 19. And when you look at Elijah's life, you'll see that he had many great victories, many ministerial W's, right? He was winning. And then all of a sudden, after this major victory of killing 450 prophets of Baal, after 450 prophets slew, right? This dude, Jezebel, in the next chapter, the very next chapter, Jezebel's like, I'm gonna get you. And this dude just he just like, I'm running. Like, that was baffling to me. It was baffling to me until I realized that all it takes is one moment. All it takes is one bad situation. All it takes is that one moment where you're like, man, I'm super tired, right? Like, I'm tired. I've been working, I've been doing. And I believe that was Elijah's problem, that he felt like he was doing something. He felt like it was about him. And he got to a point where he was tired. He would run, and then he would drop off his servant, who would be his little homie, and he would drop him off and say he'd keep him in a safe place, but he dropped him off so he can go into isolation, so he didn't have anybody to encourage him. When I look up and I study depression, what I notice is that a lot of people who are depressed, they want to be by themselves. They want to stay in their room. They want to stay away from people, and they do things purposely. They may have a bad attitude to keep you away. They may not answer their phone. They may stay in their rooms. They're trying to isolate themselves, because when you isolate yourself, that's when the devil can get in your mind. When you isolate yourself, that's when your mind starts to play tricks on you. What my boy said, he said, day by day it's more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. That was that song, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. It was really a song about mental health disorder, right? Anyways, and so he goes into this place of isolation. And when he's in isolation, it's him and his thoughts, him and his feelings, him and his emotions. He's not dealing with the fact of how did I get here? He's dealing with the fact that I'm here, I'm tired, and God killed me. Go read the text, 1 Kings 19. Go read it. God killed me, take me out. This is a man of God. A man who has had mighty victories in God. He told the rain, don't rain. 3 years it didn't rain. He healed the widow of Zarephath's son after he was dead. He brought him back to life. Like I said, he killed all these prophets in the name of the Lord, and he was mocking them, and he had great W's. And then in the very next moment of his life, something happened on the inside of him that would impact the outside of him. And so now he's laying in his depression. Right? And God allows him to lay there. He lays there for a couple of days, but then God says, get up and eat. Right? So he eats, and then he lays there a couple more days. And then God comes through the angel, the messenger of the Lord, and he taps him on his foot, give him something to eat, give him something to drink. And he said, get up and eat. And then go to the mountain of God, because God still have a purpose for you. And so this is my word of encouragement for us on this West Coast Wednesday. There are going to be some times in life when you don't feel like it. There are going to be some times in life when you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm not telling you what I believe. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. I've been there recently where I didn't want to do ministry anymore. I didn't want to help people anymore. But God tapped me on my foot, told me to get up and eat, because he still had a purpose for my life. And because I got up and I obeyed the Lord, I'm telling you, I've never been in this place in ministry in my life, in my preaching ministry, in my street ministry, in ministry with people who just passing by, in my coach. I've never been in this place before. And just a few months ago, I was like, God, what are we doing? That's how good God is. You keep doing God's work, God gonna take care of that. He says, and I didn't say this morning, but when we look at Psalm 23, and I'm done. When we look at Psalm 23, and we go through that whole passage, and he says, he restores my soul. Sometimes I think we forget about the Lord who restores our soul. And then we get off the beaten path, and we don't follow him. We don't follow his word. We don't remember the things that he's done in the past for us. And so we're not strengthened by that, because we're so focused on our right now, in our lack. In God, you don't lack nothing. In him, you have everything you need for life and godliness. And if he took you to that place, if he put you in that position, he did it for a purpose. Don't give up and don't tap out, because God got a plan for you. He wants to restore your soul and lead you down the valley of the shadow of death. You still got to go through some stuff, right? You still got to go through some things in order to get to where God wants you. But no, God is with you. Don't give up. Don't tap out. You might need to rest. You might need to recuperate. Your body might be shutting down because you're not getting enough nutrients. And I will talk about all the things that physically and chemically and neurologically, I can talk about all that, but I don't want to talk about that today. I'm going to give you a few tips. Tip number one, don't isolate yourself. Keep yourself around people. Get you some sunlight. Go take a walk, exercise. Drink plenty of water. Read a book. Listen to music that's going to be impactful and helpful. Don't do like I was doing, man. I listened to the song. I was listening to the song by Jelly Roll called Save Me, whatever. Boy, that bad boy had me up in my feelings. Don't do that. I was listening to a song by King George. You know, One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. That ain't and I was getting caught. Don't do that. Listen to songs that's going to empower you. Listen to songs that's going to give you hope. Listen to songs that's going to point you back to Jesus. Listen to songs that are going to have you bow down and worship and remember who he is. This is for my believers and non-believers. Got to tap into that power source. God is with you. I love you. As always, stay blessed and stay west. Yeah.